I've got the Tozo Crystal Buds here with me today, so these are the earbuds I'm going to put under the microscope in the next couple of minutes. And now, as I just said it out loud, I'm thinking that, man, I really wish I had an actual microscope. That would be something. But I don't think you tuned in to hear me mumbling about some microscopic nonsense, so let's just steer the focus back on the Tozo Crystal Buds and see all the relevant details. Hello everyone, my name is Andy, and you're watching Andy's Tech Tone. Quick disclaimer before we start, I got the earbuds for testing from the manufacturer, but I'm not getting paid for this review, so all you get is my unfiltered and honest opinion about the product. And there is a lot to like about the Crystal Buds. For starters, there is the see-through acrylic lid on the battery case. It doesn't really do anything other than being a unique design feature, which sets the Tozo Buds apart from the competition. And the competition is fierce in the under $60 price bracket for sure, so the acrylic lid might not be enough to win you over, right? Right. So what else is there? Well, there is a nice LED display on the front of the case, which shows you the actual battery percentage of the case itself and also the battery status of each of the buds. Now that's really cool if you ask me. And while we talk about the case and its features, the compatibility with the Qi wireless charging standard is also worth mentioning. In terms of build quality, the hinge has quite a play, it makes some squeaking noises, and it won't stay open without flopping around. And the glossy black finish is not my personal favorite either, and the whole package looks somewhat too flashy to me, but the idea of making the lid fully transparent and having an LED display is appreciated nonetheless. Onto the buds themselves, we get a two-tone finish with glossy black on the outside and a matte coating on the inside, which helps with the grip and the comfort in your ears. And I can only confirm that it works well, as the Crystal Buds sit quite securely in my ears. Maybe they sit a bit too deep if I'm completely honest, which can affect long-term comfort in my case, but in return I get a good level of passive isolation thanks to the snug and deep-fitting design. And since we get no active noise cancellation, this feature can indeed come in handy in the gym, for example. And the reason I mentioned the gym is because the Tozo Buds are in fact IPX7 rated fully waterproof. And we know that snug fit plus IPX7 equals worry-free gym use. And in case you want to fine-tune the fit for yourself, there are 5 extra sets of silicone ear tips in the box to play around with. The official specs claim that the earbuds can last up to 9 hours on a single charge, and the buds in fact died after 9 hours and 7 minutes in my own tests. Together with the case, we are supposed to get more than 40 hours of playtime, according to the manufacturer. However, after fully depleting and recharging the buds, there is only 50% of charge left in the case, or at least that's what the display says. So based off of that, I would say that the total playtime is around 30 hours at the most. It's still a more than acceptable number though. We got the already mentioned wireless charging option along with a USB Type-C port, but there is no quick charge feature that I'm aware of. Next up is connection. We are dealing with a Bluetooth 5.3 certified chip inside the Crystal Buds with support for the AAC and the SBC audio codecs. No LDAC, no aptX, no LC3, and there is no multipoint either. What we get is mono mode, which means that we can use each of the buds independently from the other. The relatively low latency delivers a seamless experience with all sorts of visual content, be it movies on Netflix or YouTube videos. If you are a casual gamer, you will not be disappointed either. Pro gamers, on the other hand, might want something with a dedicated low latency mode, which is missing from the Tozo smartphone app. But at least there is a smartphone app, which is not always guaranteed in this price range. The app is available for both Android and iOS, and it offers you firmware upgrades, a user guide, and a 10-band equalizer with a bunch of customizable presets. You can manually create and save multiple custom sound profiles too. We get touch-sensitive controls on the buds themselves, which register taps with a high level of accuracy, and they also react fast enough in my experience. We have access to all sorts of functions through the earbuds, including playback, tracks, volume, voice assistant, and phone call controls. The single, double, and triple tap actions can be remapped in the app, but the long press action is reserved for the volume controls. We do not get smart sensors for our money, so music playback won't pause automatically when you take one or both buds out of your ears. And talking about music playback takes us to the sound quality of the earbuds. Well, for starters, we get an extreme amount of bass out of the box. Maybe even a bit too much at times. And it's not just the bass, but there is also plenty excess energy and sizzle on offer in the treble too. The trend of having a little dip in the mids is of course present here as well, but maybe the engineers went a bit too far with taming this critical frequency range. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with the tonality of vocals or acoustic instruments, for example, it's just that they are a little bit too far on the shy side of things for my taste. And at the same time, the lowest and highest frequencies are equally well boosted, which results in a typical V-shaped, energetic and punchy sound. And as such, it will probably suit most people and most modern musical genres, so I guess that's alright. However, there is not much of a sign of any roll-off towards the high end, which can cause some ear fatigue in the long run with people who are sensitive to that sort of a sharp and edgy sound. And that becomes more of an issue near maximum volume levels. And these earbuds can go very loud. I would not listen to them anything higher than, let's say, around 70 to 75% to avoid not just hearing damage, but the ear-piercing highs as well. But that's just me, and it probably has something to do with the deep-sitting nature of the ear tips, which brings the speakers closer to my eardrums. And that's why I was surprised to hear such a generously sized soundstage with good extension towards the sides, because deeper fitting earbuds tend to sound more closed in and intimate. But that's not the case with the Crystal Buds at all. Imaging is also decent, and while it's not quite absolutely laser focused, I have to say that this was one of my favorite attributes of the sound besides the wide soundstage. With the EQ, I managed to get rid of the boominess in the bass, and I also pulled down the treble a bit while opened up the mids a little. With these settings, the earbuds sound much more closer to my personal taste, but again, there are plenty presets and manual options in the app for you to dial in the musical character of the buds. And in case you were wondering what the microphones can do on the Tozo Crystal Buds, here's a quick audio sample for you. So this is the phone call quality you can expect from these buds in a quiet environment. And if we step outside for just a second, we can hear how the microphones can deal with environmental noises such as traffic and cars on the road. And since there is also quite a sharp and cold breeze out here, it's time for me to head back inside to wrap things up. In conclusion, the Tozo Crystal Buds can deliver almost everything you would expect from them for around $60. And as of making this video, you can actually grab a set for around $40, which probably makes them a no-brainer for most people who are looking for cheap but stylish earbuds. A basic ANC feature would have been nice, but we get wireless charging, app support, and a case with a unique design and features. The all-day-long battery life and the IPX7 certification will also sound desirable for those on the hunt for affordable earbuds. So I guess the Tozo Crystal Buds deserve to be at least considered before making a buying decision. For actual prices, please check out the links in the description. And this is it for today. I hope you liked the video, and I also hope you are already subscribed to the channel, but in case you are not, here is your chance. Thank you for watching as always. See you guys in the next one.